They say that only hurt people, and only the insecure manipulate others. In a world where everyone is accepted as they truly are, and everyone is made to feel safe and secure, no one would ever tell lies, cheat, manipulate, or betray others. Hi everyone, I'm Gracie back with another podcast. I'm so sorry for not posting videos for some time in the past. I was dealing with a personal crisis, but I have completely healed from it now. And I will surely make some videos to share my healing lessons with you all. Think about the last time you lied or you manipulated someone. Everyone has at least once in their lifetime. Can you tell me why you did it? Maybe you felt that if you told the truth about how you feel, they will judge you, make fun of you. The last time you cancelled on your friend's plan to meet up, you lied. Because if you told them that you were hurt over something, then instead of showing up at your place with comfort food, they would laugh at you in front of their friends. The last time you manipulated someone to get something, you knew that if you blatantly asked for what you needed, then they would definitely refuse and even shame you for wanting it. The last time you betrayed someone's trust, it's only because they never accepted that you could want different things. Their expectations of you were too heavy to bear that you had to drop it all. It's time you eliminate such people from your company who make you feel that you have to hide your true feelings, wants, desires, intentions. There is peace in being dependent on self. There is less burden in having a small circle of friends. I know some of these people may be close to you in relation, that you just can't eliminate their presence from your life. When I said eliminate them from your life, I didn't mean physically, I meant in spirit. In spirit, when you eliminate someone from your life, it means three things. Their opinion of you no longer dictates your behavior around them. You are no longer bound to earn their good opinion. Second, their presence or absence in the room where you are is no longer making you uncomfortable. So you are free to be whoever you are and do whatever you wish to do, even in front of them. Third, you no longer feel the need to meet their expectations. You no longer feel the need to spend your time, money, or thoughts on them. But you must be thinking that how do we practice this? Our parents, teachers, society at large have spent so many years preparing us to be fake, teaching us to be the good boy or the good girl, where goodness is measured in terms of how convenient or comfortable we make them, how we tell lies that rubs off their ego, how we achieve goals that make them feel proud. Years of coercion cannot be wiped in moments. The act of being authentic is a continuous journey that is difficult in the beginning, rewarding in the middle, and liberating in the end. So, now let's talk about the 7 steps by which we can try being authentic in our life. First, get to know yourself. Start by being honest with yourself. Ask yourself if you truly believe all the lies that your parents, relatives, and teachers have told you. Do you really like being the overachiever at everything? Do you really like that song that your cousins or friends are raving about? Do you really love watching the gore in Game of Thrones? Or is it just a thing you do to avoid FOMO? Do you really love going to the bar after work with your friends? Or would you rather go home, shower, change, and then sit in your comfy pajama and watch Harry Potter for the 17th time? Being authentic means that every minute you have to take actions based on what you want and not what you think people would approve of. And that starts with spending time with yourself to know what you really want. Second, be honest. Once you know yourself, practice communicating your needs in every conversation. If your friends decide to go for the first day, first show of the latest movie that you are not so crazy about, tell them. Tell them that you can't wake up that early or you can't miss your work on that day. You don't need to accompany someone else do something they love at the expense of your sleep or work. If you are working on a team project and you don't like the idea your colleague or boss is trying to make everyone do, then humbly communicate your concerns. Third, embrace your imperfections. Once you start communicating your feelings and opinions in front of others, it is expected that they will judge you as weird for being different from them. Accept it. Tell them it's okay. It's okay that you are different from them. Accept that people may call your qualities as your weaknesses or imperfections. It's okay. Accept yourself fully. Don't let anyone body shame you. Your body is a beautiful reservoir of creativity. Don't let anyone call you dumb just because you made some silly mistakes. Your mind is the practice place of a genius who is working on his next big success. Don't let anyone call you naive or foolish. Your heart is the warmest and most fertile of places in this cold, brazen world. Make others respect your boundaries. Do not allow others to pressurize you into doing something you don't like or saying something rude to your face. Humbly remind them when they are being rude or intruding into your privacy or being too bossy. At first, you may have to be slightly aggressive in your communication, but you only have to do it till the other person has understood your boundaries. Once your boundaries are laid down, it will liberate you from the burden of tolerating their rudeness or bossiness forever. Fifth, surround yourself with like minded people. Everyone finds it easy to pick on a lone person. If you surround yourself with like minded people, it will be difficult for others to make you feel bad about yourself. When you find more people who share your thoughts, likes, and aspirations, it will give you even more confidence to be yourself in front of others. Sixth, practice self compassion. It is possible that sometimes you may feel that what others judge negatively about you is true. In those moments, be compassionate. Let's take an example. Say, people make fun of you for not being fluent in English. This is a very common problem in India, where English fluency is seen as a symbol of being educated. And you feel that they may be right, as once you're into workforce, not being fluent in English can become a roadblock in your career growth. I want you to practice compassion for yourself. Allow yourself the space to be someone who didn't get a chance to become fluent in English until now. And don't take it as something to be ashamed of. Being fluent in English is a skill that can be achieved at any stage of life. What's the big deal about it? Just because you're not fluent in English doesn't mean you're not worthy of all the success you deserve because of your hard work. It's just something that will only enhance your value. But you do have value today. You are still the well-educated, smart, hardworking, good human being without being fluent in English. Take it only as a feedback for self-improvement, not as a verdict of your self-worth. And after that, if you feel that you must work on this feedback, do it. There is no harm in adding improvement or another skill to your resume. Seventh, align your actions with your truth. Once you understand your likes and dislikes, act according to them, even if you have to act against the crowd sometimes. If you don't like alcohol or your friends are taking drugs, don't take it, even if they are pressurizing you. Humbly tell them that you don't take such things. And if they start making fun of you, humbly remind them that you consider their comments rude or disrespectful. If you don't like a particular type of entertainment content, don't watch it, even if all your friends are watching it and talking about how awesome it is. Yes, it takes courage. Yes, it's awkward in the beginning. And yes, some people may alienate you from the group. Also, yes, once you do this, you will never have to do something against your wishes just to please them. Also, yes, it's better to be out of a social circle that keeps you burdened with their expectations that are only based on their likes and dislikes. And also, yes, you will be your best version when you are acting from your true authentic self compared to the version who only acts to please others.